Hello everyone, let's know about stereochemistry of organic compounds. This is very important topic, both examination point of view and also chemistry point of view. Stereochemistry is also important while studying reaction mechanisms and spectroscopy. Let us make our discussion into three parts: symmetry elements, chirality, and configuration. Let's focus on symmetry elements. Symmetry element could be a point or axis or a plane. It is a geometrical entity about which a symmetry operation is performed. And symmetry operation is an action that leaves an object looking the same after it has been carried out. So these are the symmetry operations. These are the corresponding symmetry elements: rotational axis of symmetry, plane of symmetry, improper rotational axis of symmetry, center of symmetry, and identity element. Let's start with rotational axis of symmetry of order n, represented by Cn. It is a line in space about which an object may be rotated anti-clockwise by 360 by n degrees, such that its initial and final indistinguishable, that is equivalent. In other words, you can say that if a molecule is rotated by 360 by n degrees, results in an indistinguishable, that is equivalent structure, then you can say the molecule is said to be having Cn axis of symmetry, that is rotational or proper axis of symmetry. So if you rotate the molecule by 180 degrees, so 360 by 180 is 2, that means the molecule will have C2 axis. If rotation of the molecule about an imaginary axis by about 180 degrees results in indistinguishable structure. ఒక అణువును 180 degrees ఒక ఊహాజనిత అక్షం పరంగా భ్రమణం చెందించినప్పుడు అటువంటి మన అంటే ఏమంటాం జ్యామితి వచ్చినట్లయితే సో ఆ అణువుకు C2 అక్షం ఉంది అని చెప్తాము, భ్రమణాక్షం ఉంది అని చెప్తాము. Like if you can rotate the molecule by 120 degrees about an imaginary axis, results in an equivalent structure, that is look-alike structure, then you can say the molecule is having C3 axis, similarly rotated by 90 degrees. So you may have that. If you are getting the equivalent structure, you can say that molecule is having C4 axis of symmetry. Now let us look at the simple molecule, water molecule. So these two hydrogen atoms are equivalent. Just to distinguish, we have labeled them as A and B. Let us rotate the molecule about this imaginary axis by 180 degrees, resulting in an equivalent structure. So therefore, the water molecule is having C2 axis of symmetry. That is, repetition of the Cn axis for n times results in identical. So 1 and 2 are equivalent structures, whereas 1 and 3 are identical as it is. So దీన్ని ఒక ఇట్లా కంపేర్ చేయొచ్చు మనం. For example, let us take two chocolates. Two chocolates are equivalent but not identical. Same chocolate will be identical with itself. See, other is look alike. రెండు చాక్లెట్స్ ఒకే బ్రాండ్ తీసుకుంటే కనుక రెండింటిని మనం ఈక్వలెంట్ అంటాం, ఐడెంటికల్ కాదు. అంటే అదే చాక్లెట్ మళ్ళీ దానికి అదే ఐడెంటికల్. సో లుక్ అలైక్ అనమాట. లుక్ అలైక్ ఇస్ ఈక్వలెంట్ ఆర్ వి కాల్ దెమ్ యాజ్ indistinguishable. Let's look at ammonia molecule. It has C3 axis of symmetry. By rotating 120 degrees in an imaginary plane will result in the equivalent structure. Look at here. This is equivalent. This is equivalent. This fourth one is identical. So 1 and 4 are identical. So 1, 2, 3 are equivalent. Let's look at BX3. This is a planar molecule. So for ammonia is a pyramidal molecule. So BX3 will have a C3 axis perpendicular to the plane of the paper, whereas these 3 C2 axes along BX bonds. So there are 3 C2 axes, 1 C3 axis. So this is our water molecule, let us say. So along this one, there is a C2 axis. Look at here. Along this one. So this is C2 axis. If you can rotate the molecule by about 180 degrees, that is 360 by 2. 360 by 2, that is 180 degrees. You are getting indistinguishable structure, that is look-alike structure. So therefore, water molecule is having, H2O is having C2 axis of symmetry, C2 axis of symmetry. Now look at the ammonia. This is the ammonia molecule, is a pyramidal shape. So look at here. So if you can rotate, assume that this is the axis, this is the C3 axis, let us say. If you can rotate by 180 degrees, that is 360 by 120 means it comes out to be C3. So 120 degrees I am rotating. You are getting equivalent, that is indistinguishable structure, indistinguishable structure. Now look at the BF3 molecule. The difference between ammonia and BF3 is, this is a pyramidal molecule, non-planar molecule. That's the reason why while you are representing on the planar paper, it will be viewed like this. That is 3 bonds protruding, that is coming towards the observer, coming towards the observer. 1 bond is moving away from the observer. That's the reason why we have represented ammonia like that. Whereas BF3 is a planar molecule, so all the atoms will be in plane. So manaki atoms anni kuda planar. So all the atoms will touch the plane of the paper. So therefore, it has C3 axis of symmetry like this, that is perpendicular to the plane, perpendicular to the plane. So if you can rotate by 360 degrees, 120 degrees, you are getting the, that is 360 by 120 means C3. In addition, you have C2 axis. So like this. So by rotating anti-clockwise 180 degrees, you are getting equivalent structure. This is one C2, then you have another C2, then you have another C2. There are 3 C2 axes. There are 3 C2 axes. Now look at some cyclic organic molecules. Look at here. This is 1,2-dimethyl cyclopropane in trans configuration. Look at here. So I'm rotating 180 degrees about an imaginary axis. You are getting look-alike structure, indistinguishable or equivalent structure. So therefore, it has C2 axis of symmetry. Now let us look at the cis configuration. If you look at like this, so are you getting the same? No. In any case. So now look at the cyclobutane. That is cis-1,2 disubstituted, maybe dimethyl. So look at here, 2 groups are cis. If we can rotate by 180 degrees, so you are not getting. Let us take the trans. So if we can rotate it by 180 degrees, so you are getting look-alike structure, equivalent structure. So that means trans 1,2-dimethyl or 1,2-dichloro cyclobutane has C2 axis of symmetry. Now let us take 1,3 configuration. 1,3 configuration. Look at here. So if you can rotate like this, there is no C2 axis of symmetry, but let us rotate the molecule. Let us rotate the molecule like this. Let us rotate the molecule. So you are getting equivalent structure. So therefore, it has C2 axis of symmetry. Then again trans, let's go for trans. Similar to 1, 2, you have, once again you have C2 axis of symmetry. Yes. Now let's look at some more molecules. It has C2 axis of symmetry. This has C2. This again has C2 axis of symmetry. Look at, say, benzene. It has C6 perpendicular to the molecular axis. And then you have 6 C2 axis. When you have more than one axis, the CN axis with higher order is called what is known as principal axis. The axis, rotational axis with lower order are called subsidiary axis. Look at here, it has C2 axis. This is again having C2 axis. This is again having C2 axis. Now let us check whether this has C2 axis of symmetry. Just now we have seen cis-1,3, cyclobutane, dichlorodimethyl. Yes, it has C2 axis of symmetry. This is also having C2 axis like this. This is perpendicular to the plane. This is along the plane. Then you have, look at here, this is 1,2 trans, it has C2. 1,2 cis, there is no C2 axis. Just now we have seen with the help of a model. So this is an hypothetical structure which has C3 axis of symmetry. Many objects in nature, particularly plant leaves, will contain C3 axis of symmetry. It has C3 axis of symmetry. Then we have C infinity axis. For linear molecules, you can rotate by any number of degrees, by any fraction of an angle. So will result in equivalent configuration. So therefore, it will have C infinity axis. Let's try to identify the CN. So this may be having C3 and also C2. C3 is like this, and C1 C2, second C2, third C2. It will have a C2. This will again have C2. It's a biphenyl molecule. Then let's quickly move on to plane of symmetry. This is a simple one. It's an imaginary plane that makes the molecule into equal halves, that bisects into mirror image of each other. Then you can say that molecule is having plane of symmetry. So butterflies will have a beautiful plane of symmetry. Many natural objects, man-made or natural, are containing plane of symmetry. Look at here. So if you can go into detail, planes could be 3 types: vertical plane, horizontal plane, then dihedral plane. So passing through the axis, that plane that is passing through the principal axis is called as vertical plane. The plane that is perpendicular to the principal axis is called horizontal plane. The plane that is in between two successive C2 axes are called dihedral plane. We can look at the boron trifluoride. It's a planar molecule. The C3 axis is perpendicular to the plane of the paper. So this is horizontal plane. Any plane that is passing through this C2 axis. This one is a vertical plane. This is sigma V, this is sigma H. Now, let us look at another molecule. It has one C2, this has another C2. Between this one, there is a plane, if you can see. This is called dihedral plane, if you can look at here. So the plane passing through all the atoms, we call it as sigma H. That is horizontal plane. Then plane passing through Cl, Pt, Cl, that we call it as a sigma V, that is between C2 axis. This one we call it as sigma D, dihedral angle. So Allene will also have a dihedral plane. So boron trifluoride, you can again check. So the plane that is possessed by water molecule, again, that is a vertical plane, sigma V. Take pyridine, you have molecular plane, that is one sigma V. There is another sigma V because it has only one C2 axis. It has one C2 axis and two sigma V's, two vertical planes. Similarly, ammonia, one C3 axis, there will be three vertical planes. These are some more examples where you can expect a plane of symmetry. Let's move on to center of symmetry. So if an imaginary line is drawn from a point in the molecule meets equivalent groups in opposite planes at equal distance, then the molecule is said to be having center of symmetry. Look at here. So imaginary point in the molecule. So let us try to draw an imaginary line through that center, that point. If you are going to meet or encounter equivalent groups, look-alike groups, on the opposite planes, that is start from this plane, go to the point that which we are calling it as center of symmetry, and proceed further to the opposite plane. Yes, you are meeting the similar, that is equivalent group. So now look at here, start from methyl, go to the opposite plane. From that center, you are meeting an equivalent group. Here again, you are meeting an equivalent atom. So this is having, that is 2,4-dimethyl cyclobutane 1,3-dicarboxylic acid is having center of symmetry. Let's take another example, mesotartaric acid. Let's check whether it has a center of symmetry. Yes, an imaginary line passing through the center is meeting similar or equivalent groups on opposite planes. Look at COH and COH, H and H. Yes, it has center of symmetry. It's very easy to identify center of symmetry and plane of symmetry, but we need to do little more exercise to identify the CN. Let's identify which of the following molecule has center of symmetry. It looks like it is having center of symmetry, but yes, two methyl groups are on the same plane. So we are not meeting another methyl group on the opposite plane. So therefore, it doesn't have center of symmetry. So it has center of symmetry, yes. Look at here. Looks like this is having a center of symmetry, like passing through this one. You are meeting same X atom, similar atom, but this point is not at the center. So therefore, it is not having center of symmetry. So you need to have clarity about this one. Yes, it has center of symmetry because the imaginary line is passing through the midpoint. So here, yes, it will have. This one again will have center of symmetry. Yes, this will also have center of symmetry. So this is X, this is Y, not similar atom. So therefore, there is no center of symmetry. So look at, so there is a plane of symmetry. I think there is a plane of symmetry here. There is a plane of symmetry here. There is no plane of symmetry and no center of symmetry, but you can have C2 axis. Yes, you can have C2 axis. Now look at plane of symmetry or center of symmetry. It has a plane of symmetry, no center of symmetry. It was, again, it has a plane of symmetry. Like this, you can work out. So plane of symmetry. There is no plane, no center. So again, plane of symmetry. Both plane of symmetry and also center of symmetry. You have a plane of symmetry like this. You cannot expect plane of symmetry this way, but you can have a plane of symmetry this way, passing through XC, XY bond. So there is no center of symmetry. It has plane of symmetry. Because these are important to identify whether a molecule is chiral or not, we need to be cautious about the plane of symmetry and center of symmetry. Then we have another, that is SN axis of symmetry. If you can rotate the molecule about 360 by n degrees followed by reflection in a plane perpendicular to that rotational axis results in an indistinguishable structure, then you can say the molecule is having SN axis of symmetry. Simply SN is equals to Cn and sigma perpendicular to that Cn. So any molecule that is having plane of symmetry will have S1 axis. Say S1 means 360 by 360 degrees, C1. Then reflect in perpendicular to that axis, you are getting equivalent structure. So it has, this is mesotartaric acid in eclipsed conformation will have plane of symmetry, therefore S1. Then look at this one, it has C2, then perform the C2 rotation. Yes, then this is C2 axis, then reflect it in the plane perpendicular to this C2 axis, you are getting equivalent structure. So therefore, it has S2 axis of symmetry, this way. Then this is again tartaric acid in staggered conformation. It will have S2 axis rotated by 180 degrees. Then reflect it in the plane perpendicular to the C2 axis, giving equivalent structure. So therefore it has S2 axis. In most of the cases, S2 or even sometimes will give, it will be equals to Ci, that is center of symmetry, and S1 equals to sigma. So this will have S4 axis of symmetry. This is a spiro molecule. Then BX3, it will have S3. Then S4 axis of symmetry for simple allene. Simple allene will have S4 axis of symmetry. Remember, the alkene is a planar molecule, say simple ethylene. But allene is non-planar molecule. Look at here. These two groups are in plane. The remaining two are perpendicular. Look at here. Look at here. These two are in the plane. These two are perpendicular to this one. So allene is non-planar molecule, whereas alkene, simple, take anything, is a planar molecule. This is non-planar molecule. So depending upon the substitution pattern, so you will be getting the chirality concept later. So thus, simple allene has a S4 axis of symmetry. Even the tetrahedral point symmetry. Let's take this one. So this one, that is a simple tetrahedral molecule, it will have S4. This will also have S4. The square planar molecule will also have S4. But this is not square planar, this is. So 1, 2, and 3 molecules will have S4 axis of symmetry. Now let's move on to another last symmetry element, that is identity element. So the identity operation is an operation which brings back the molecule to its original configuration. So this could happen in both ways. That is, you don't do anything, don't do any symmetry operation or rotate the molecule by 360 degrees, you will be getting the similar equivalent configuration. So therefore, there is not much to discuss about this one. Let's take some of the questions which have appeared in JAM 2000, previous JAM examinations. This question has come in JAM 2016. So let us say, how many molecules possess C2 axis of symmetry? Let's look at. Does it have? So it has C3 and 3 C2 axis. Yes, it has C2 axis. It has C2 axis like this. Then it has again a C2 axis, just like allenes, pyrenes, and biphenyls are non-planar and with so this type of substitution, or even XY pattern of substitution. This is XX pattern of substitution, but still, even you have XY and XY pattern of substitution also, they will have C2 axis of symmetry. Then look at BF3. We have seen just now C3 and also 3 C2 axis. So it has just like ammonia. This is a pyramidal molecule, ammonia. It doesn't have C2 axis. Yes, this is 2,5-dimethyl-thiophene, just like looking like a water molecule. I mean, looking at this way, it has C2 axis of symmetry. Allene with XY pattern of substitution, they will have C2. Allenes, biphenyls, and spirenes with XX pattern of substitution or XY pattern of substitution will have C2 axis of symmetry. So therefore, 7 molecules are having C2 axis of symmetry. Now, in 2017, a question has come on C3 axis. So which of the following compounds are having C3 axis of symmetry? Look at here. This will have, this is not having, because if you can rotate by, C3 means rotating by 120 degrees. By rotating 120 degrees, you will not get equivalent structure. Here you will get, by rotating 120 degrees, you will get equivalent structure. Here again, you will not get. Why? Because, so looking like this only, but, so this methyl is above the plane, these two methyls are below the planes. So therefore, you will not get the similar configuration. I mean, equivalent structure you will not be getting. So therefore, only 1 and 3 are having C3 axis of symmetry. So this is something about the symmetry of the molecules. In our next session, let us discuss about the concept of chirality, and after that, configuration. Thank you very much.